Hey everyone, I'm Casey Hollins, and you're watching the Sportsnet Digital Dose. We've got John Molinaro in studio today talking MLS soccer because it's about to kick off. We're just mere days away. So I kind of wanted to get your take on where you think the Canadian teams are at right now. And I want to talk to you specifically about the Montreal Impact and just they've made a couple tweaks in the offseason, nothing huge, but they're looking good this season. I know that a lot of people think that, and I kind of just want to get your take on what you think their season is going to be like.
I've got a lot of expectations for them. I think, Montreal was an expansion team last year, and they did fairly well. I mean, they just kind of missed out on the playoffs. They just kind of tweaked what they had in the offseason. Jesse Marsh is out as coach, and Marco Schellenbaum is the new coach, and he seems to be a veteran coach who doesn't take any crap from anyone. So I think that's kind of interesting. They've, as I said, they just kind of had a good core of players in Marco Di Vaio and Matteo Ferrari and Felipe and Patrice Bernier, and they just brought in some talent to augment that. I mean, most notably, Andrea Pisanu, who's an Italian midfielder. I think that's going to give them a little bit more creativity in the middle of the park. So, I think of the three Canadian teams, they're probably the best one in the best position to have a winning season this year and possibly make the playoffs.
That's exciting. It's exciting to think of any Canadian franchise making playoffs.
Yeah.
Are there any obstacles you see in their way this year, or anything that you think they might struggle with?
Well, I mean, Schellenbaum, he is a veteran coach, but he hasn't been coaching for, I think, 2 or 3 years now, and this is the first time he's coached in MLS. And it is a different league. It's a much more physical league. It's a much more there's much more travel involved than what he's used to from coaching when he's coached in Europe. So I think he's going to, possibly have to adjust to, the vagrancies of the league. So that might be a bit of an obstacle too. Montreal, I think, on the road last season, they really struggled. The majority of the victories and points that they picked up was at home, like a lot of MLS clubs. But they were really bad away from home. So I think has to be something that has to be overcome as well. Because if they don't pick up points on the road, then I think potentially that could hurt their playoff chances.
If they improve on that, it could mean the difference between playoffs and no playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, some road victories. Anyway, that's all the time we've got. Thanks for coming in, John.
No problem.
And check back here in a little bit for another Sportsnet Digital Dose.